Hey YouTube, today we're going to be looking at 4 different Smith and Wesson revolvers, and the purpose of this video is to show you the different physical sizes and differences in frame sizes. And I have never had all 4 vintage frame sizes on the table at the same time, and I figured today was a good day to do it. Now, disclaimer, all these revolvers have been safety checked. There's nothing in them, and as I pick them up, I will show you they are clear and no, they are not loaded. Now, the one I'm missing out here on the table today is the largest X-frame, and we're not going to get into the X-frame talk, but that is a more modern frame size. It's the largest one that Smith and Wesson makes, and it is before they are. It is after they got out of the pre-lock era. It's when they started putting the little lock in the side. So we're not going to use that in today's examples. But what we do have is the 4 sizes they made for many years since Smith and Wesson started. So what we'll do here is we'll go from smallest to largest. And what we have here is a J frame. This is a Smith and Wesson Model 60 in stainless steel. This is the smallest frame that Smith & Wesson makes, and these have been around a very long time. So this particular one here, I think, was made in the 80s because it doesn't have a pin barrel in it. This is chambered in 38 special, and they generally have a 5-shot cylinder in them. Smith 5-shot. It features the firing pin on the hammer and has a smooth combat style trigger on it. Now, this one has not had any kind of action work done onto it, so the double action is a little heavy, but it is absolutely smooth. And the single action is, with all Smith & Wessons, exceptional. But this is the smallest frame that they make. This is called the J frame, and it will literally fit in the palm of your hands. Moving on up to the next size up, this is what they call a K frame. This is a Smith & Wesson Model 66, also in stainless steel. This has been around a very long time too, and a lot of police forces use this. This particular one happens to be in stainless steel, and all these that I'm fixing to show you, they are offered in another model in blue or nickel, but all the ones I have here, I wanted them all matching. They're all in stainless steel. So this would be a Model 19 in the nickel or the blue, but this one here has to be a Model 66 in stainless. So these feature a half underlug. It's a little bit smaller frame than the next one we're going to show you, and one of the things that I've heard about these things is if you put a steady load of 357 magnums through them, it can start causing cracking around this forcing column because it's a little thin right through here, and the actual frame here is a little thin on top. It's just altogether a smaller gun. But this is a very light gun for what it is, and as with all of these, the actions are awesome on these. Now this one is where I started doing the action work, so I didn't do it on the little J frame because that's more of a carry gun, and you don't need a hair trigger going off on a carry gun. But this one here has a large target hammer on it, and it has a target trigger on it, the real light one, and the action on this thing is absolutely amazing because my gunsmith made it amazing. About 2.5 pound single action and about a 7-pound double action. It is absolutely just smooth all the way through. No lock on it, of course. This one has the smooth target grips on it, and just a very awesome piece. So this is the next size up. When you get into the larger 6-shot revolvers, this was a 6-shot. This is the smallest one of the 6-shot ones. Next one up is what they call the L frame. This is a Smith & Wesson 686, and this is a stainless version that came out in 1980, and that was to not replace but make up for the shortcomings they had and the weaknesses and the frames of the K-frame. And this one here can handle a steady diet of 357 Magnums all day, every day. And when the cops that carried the K-frames right here, they were told to practice at the range of 38 Special and carry them with 357 Magnums in them, just so they didn't cause any longevity problems with the K-frame. Well, this fixed that, folks. This one features a full underlug on it. The frame is definitely beefed up around here, very much so, and the forcing cone is a lot larger around here. And please excuse if it's a little dirty. I actually shoot my stuff, and I use the stuff for what it's supposed to be meant for. But this is the next size up. This is the L frame, and it is a little bit larger than the K frame. If you look at them side by side, it is a lot beefier looking, and you can see the full underlug and the half underlug on the 66 down here versus the 686. And then back in the old times, this was the largest one, and this is an N frame, and this is a model 629. This one's larger than all of them. This is the largest one of all of them. This was made to house the most powerful cartridge in the world, most powerful handgun in the world for many years, the 44 Magnum, and that's what this one happens to be chambered in, is 44 Magnum. So the pressures that the 44 Magnum cartridge makes, it required making a larger frame for them, and this is why this frame was brought about. Now, originally they offered this frame in the 357 Magnum. When the 357 Magnum came out, it was a very high pressure cartridge as compared to a 38 Special, and Smith and Wesson built this frame for the Model 27, or what was then known as the registered Magnum. It was an absolutely huge frame. There's a big gap between the crane here and the cylinder because it didn't require as big a cylinder as the 44 Magnum does, but the frame was built like a tank. And then in the 50s, when the 44 Magnum came out, they used that frame for this one, and this is the largest one of all of them. 6-shot 44 Magnum, and you can also get a 357 Magnum and an N frame. So as you can see, to recap, it's kind of like a stair step. You have your Model 60 J frame, you have your Model 66, which is a K frame, you have your Model 686, which is an L frame, and you have your Model 629, the largest one of all, and an N frame. So there are your four most common older vintage Smith and Wesson frame sides side by side, and they are all matching. They all have wood grips, they all have stainless finish on them, and they are all here in front of you. If you have any questions on any of these frame sizes or anything like that, feel free to reach out to me. If I know the answer, I'll be happy to answer them for you. And thank you very much for watching my video today, and you folks have a great day.